this is my kitchen. I really love the beams on the ceiling. So what did I do in here? So the cabinets and the countertops stayed. They had put these new quartz countertops. I don't know, had updated it at some point, probably shortly before I bought. And as much as I would have loved to replace the cabinets because they're not in the best shape, but you know, they're fine. I just switched out the hardware on them to give them, you know, a better style. I got all new appliances. I did the backsplash tile. This was a soffit that was just drywall and it looked super awkward and not good. So I made it look more interesting with the tile going up the top there. And then I made this look like a beam was holding it up. So it's a little bit more architectural and industrial looking. I switched out the light fixture over the table. It's got some walnut with the open bulbs, the milk glass bulbs, really pretty, modern. I liked how the wood tied into all of the trim. And then my dining table. So it's kind of a small little area over here. So I wanted the glass top to keep it open, feel more spacious that way. And then I put a little bench right up against the windows, a little banquette seating area. And then I love all of my plants. And then I put the microwave tucked in there, nice and cute. These are matching pieces, walnut from CB2. Oh yeah, and then over here I've got this coffee bar area. This might be a little obnoxious to some people because it's basically all for show. I put in these shelves, some really cool brackets, really sleek, and then the walnut shelves to tie in to all of the trim. Yeah, I don't really drink, so that's why the alcohol's all the way at the top that I have to like bring a chair over and step on if, you know, I am drinking with people. But, you know, that's less and less these days, so I can't even remember the last time I had a drink. And yeah, so anyway, and then all these mugs, they're just really pretty, but I don't use them because they just are dust collectors. You know, I use them occasionally. Like these are like awesome for lattes. Then I got my espresso machine. I love this thing. Like pretty much only drink lattes. I don't love the taste of coffee, so I like to have a lot of milk to cut down the bitterness. But this is my favorite brand of coffee, Metropolis. Normally I get, what's it called? Red Line Espresso. But I didn't feel like going to the coffee shop specifically to get it, and I just got that at Target. So yeah, and then I got the pretty marble top here. So yeah, just simple artwork, tie in the black and white. This I got in an art show. It's really cool because it's the first edition. You can see that, 1 of 50. Oh my gosh, I love this Joshua tree. So pretty, the sky, the stars. And then I got my fun little pots with the walnut and the white, all these details, just really pretty. My stools, the leather tie in over here. Thanks totally like destroyed this rug, but you know, it is what it is. It wasn't super expensive. And then I got all new appliances. So that is what I did in the kitchen. These light fixtures were existing, but I got that light fixture and then I installed those sconces. I mean, I got them installed, but there wasn't any electrical right here. So yeah, I love it, right? Fun. That's my kitchen. So a 9 home is also known to foster humanitarian values, creativity, and artistic expression. Residents may be open-minded, compassionate, and strive for harmony and wholeness. Now, isn't that ironic that I have my Venus in the sign Aquarius and in no other than my 4th house, which, if you remember, represents your home. Now, again, I'm going to refer you to watch my Pluto and Aquarius video because I went into great details about the sign Aquarius. But what's super interesting here is the fact that this sign is largely associated with humanity and individuality. It's a placement that brings a unique flavor of life, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and sense of home. You see, Venus is all about love, beauty, and aesthetics, and having it nestled in my 4th house, the house of home and family, means that creating a beautiful and harmonious home is a deep-seated desire for me. Something I truly cherish and value. It's not just about having a roof over my head. It's about crafting a space that resonates with love, comfort, and of course, style. Now, this might sound a bit cliche, but I truly believe that every environment we create at home, oh no, Binksy, come here. No one wants to see your butthole in the camera, okay? You're just like, oh, hey, guys. Ugh. Now, this might sound a bit cliche, but I truly believe that the environment we create at home has profound impact on our overall well-being. For me, a visually pleasing and cozy home is not just a luxury. It's a necessity. It's where I find peace and recharge my emotional batteries. So this point makes me want to talk about my relationship with cleaning. I genuinely enjoy cleaning because I get to admire all of the details in everything about my home that I love. But it's the first thing that goes out the window when I get hyper-focused on work. I'm a super intense person that wants everything to be its highest potential. So I often feel like I am drowning in life because there's never enough time for me to focus on everything I want to. Whatever it is that has my focus at any given time, it gets all of me until I feel it's satisfactory or someone else has control in the matter. So cleaning is no different. But when I'm not focused on it, then it becomes chaos. And of course, that chaos creates more overwhelm in my mind. So it's this like deadly cycle that I'm still working on trying to balance. It's also an ADHD thing. I thought entrepreneurship would help things because I could be more in control of my time, but I just end up obsessing on what I'm creating, and because I don't have to feel guilty about charging for my obsessive compulsive perfectionist nature, I have nothing limiting me. Other than the pressure I put on myself to post 4 videos a week on YouTube so that I could match some catchy play on words for each day of the week, which I fail to actually post on those days more often than not. And yes, even though I don't think I have gained any loyal subscribers that are waiting in anticipation for my videos, I still feel guilty as if I was letting people down. So anyway, now I'm even more of a workaholic. But I don't know if I can even call it work. Not just because I genuinely enjoy doing it, but I'm not even getting paid for it. So there's that. The last thing I want to say about cleaning, and another reason why I love it so much, is because it's when I feel most tapped into my higher self. It's very meditative for me. And I feel like I always receive these like downloads when I'm cleaning. These insights that come from the universe and my spirit guides. Which, when I think about it, makes total sense because my dad was obsessed with cleaning. Really, both my parents have always kept an immaculate house, but I'm pretty sure my dad vacuumed every fucking day. He would say he loved seeing the vacuum lines in the carpet. And when it comes to family, this placement accentuates the importance of love and harmony. It's something that I strive for to infuse these qualities into my home life, creating a haven where everyone feels cherished and comfortable. It's something that's important to me for my family life. The interesting twist here is how this influences my relationships. As a Libra rising, Venus is my chart ruler. Libra is the sign that's most associated with romantic relationships. Well, actually both Libra and Leo. Libra naturally rules over the 7th house in astrology, which is about more serious committed relationships, whereas Leo and the 5th house is about romance and dating. So Venus in the 4th house suggests that I seek deep emotional connection in my partnerships, and the ambiance of my home becomes an extension of that connection. I'm all about creating memories in a space that feels warm and inviting. Now, I know I bring a lot of things to the table when it comes to romantic partners, but if I'm being honest, creating a beautiful home for a family is what I feel like I can do best. So, ever since I was a kid, I always thought that I would marry a man who would value that and could afford for me to be a stay-at-home mom. And maybe I wasn't necessarily thinking I would be teaching YouTube yoga, but I was a gymnast growing up, and so health and fitness has always been a part of my life. And my mom is a fitness instructor, and so it's always been at the forefront of my mind. And when I would envision my life, like my future self as a kid, I saw myself having the ability to have a more flexible schedule where I could focus more on my health and fitness and be a more traditional type of wife when it came to, taking care of the home and children. But I'm also super ambitious. And so, I know that I would still want to do something. So that's where, flipping homes comes to mind, where, I get to do that more for fun while, taking care of the family. That's just kind of the vision that I had. And what's funny about this is that my North Node is also in Aquarius with my Venus in my 4th house. And so that is kind of what the North Node in the 4th house suggests is what your life path is working towards. So it's interesting. However, the man that I married 5 years into the relationship decided that he didn't want kids. And I really don't hold any hard feelings towards him about this, is because no one should ever do anything that they don't want to do and that they would ultimately feel resentment about. And I think that society too often conditions us to take on roles and be someone that isn't really who you are at your core. And I know that his upbringing made it difficult for him to own certain things like that. And so I feel like part of that relationship was me teaching him to find those boundaries. There was always a part of me that had a feeling, and so it wasn't a surprise, but that was something that, he did lead me to believe would happen, and ultimately was a deal breaker for me because it is something that I really want. It's so crazy now where life has taken me because I feel so far from achieving that. And it was a goal that I had in my mind that I was working towards for so long. Let's not do this again. No. Banksy, let's not do this again. Come on. Okay, so what was I saying? It was a goal that I was working towards for so long that I had that vision in my mind. And it was set up home base to create a family and figure things out from there. If I'm being honest, though, it really helped soften the blow that at that time in my life, I had the funds to be able to do this, create this. And looking back, I can see now how karmic that relationship was. We got married on 8/8/8, August 8th, 2015, which adds up to, 2015 adds up to an 8-year. This is an 8-year. And I've talked a lot in my other videos about the number 8 and the karmic relevance to it, and also how it relates to material resources. And that relationship did offer material gains along my path. Not in huge ways, but just what I needed, just enough. And between that and then what I feel I helped him through, it really was a karmic relationship. And I'm not going to get into like the details of like how we met, but like everything about that relationship was destined. And I don't have any regrets. We ended it very amicable. It was a very amicable divorce. We stayed friends afterwards. He even helped me install a lot of the stuff in my home. I wish more relationships ended that way. My parents got divorced and they also had a very friendly relationship with one another. And it really helped. Like, I can't imagine what life would have been like had it not been that way. Like, it just, I'm so grateful that they had that kind of relationship. So here we are, single, sitting in this beautiful kitchen that I never cook in because I'd rather be working on something creative. I don't think I would eat if hunger didn't remind me that I needed to. Not gonna lie. So you know what's funny about the whole thing too? Or not really funny, it's like ironic that I know that like so strongly, like everything happens for a reason. And, you know, it's awful, but I can even go as far as saying like my dad's death. Like, I mentioned in the bathroom how I felt like I was grieving things that I couldn't comprehend. Like, there was a part of me that knew strongly that my dad was going to pass away, like, young. And that I wasn't going to have, like, a lot of time with him. And, like, I knew that, like, strongly. I hated that I knew that that was coming. But something told me that, like, I wasn't going to have a lot of time with him. But then, like, marrying my ex, like, I just see, like, how important that was in my life and my timeline and getting me to this stage. And in 2020, there's a lot of astrologers that associate the pandemic with Pluto's conjunction to Saturn. And that transit is like a very, basically a once in a lifetime transit. Saturn comes into contact with Pluto at a conjunction, I guess maybe not like once in a lifetime, but it's a rare transit. It's like 30 years or something like that. It's like over 30 years. I don't know the exacts on that. I wish I had this info right now, but that happened on my birthday, January 12th, 2020. On my birthday. Like, there's a lot of big transits like that like connect with my chart in big ways, which is just like another reason why I feel like I'm meant to do something like really important in this lifetime. And this is just another example. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, where was I? Let's get back on track. So when you see me talking about my home or sharing interior design tips or really anything about the creative expression of beauty, know that it's not just a superficial interest. It's a reflection of my deeper connection to the concept of home and the beauty that resides within, which is basically the first thing that you see when you visit my website, where we believe that true beauty radiates from within when you allow the divinity of your inner essence to shine. I don't know if we could get any more Venus and Leo vibes from that one sentence. So in all honesty, I started Stella Sage as an e-commerce business, selling dropship jewelry and print-on-demand clothing, so that I could afford to spend my time creating content and build an income to invest in real estate. Now, yes, this is one of the hoodies that I designed and sell, but I wore it today because it holds significance. It's symbolic of the energy that I embody these days. It's my take on the 9 of Pentacles card. Though technically the Nine of Pentacles card is representative of Venus and Virgo, my Capricorn stellium definitely makes me materialistic, not gonna lie. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn are earth signs, which tend to be more materialistic. And Taurus, like Libra, is ruled by Venus. So if you couldn't tell by my home tour, material value is a prominent thing for me. My Venus is also sitting at 2 degrees, which is a Taurus degree. So here's me. Hey, universe. 29 degrees Cancer. Have you missed the memo? It's time. It's time. As much as I would love to keep doing all of this without any concern for money, it's kind of necessary for me to not only survive, but also not lose everything that I worked so hard to build. And maybe it's not raining coins over here, but I really do feel like this Nine of Pentacles card. The Nine of Pentacles suggests a level of self-sufficiency and independence. You've achieved a position where you can rely on your resources and skills to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Like the harvest after hard work, it signifies a time of reaping the rewards of your labor. It's a reminder to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements. Beyond financial success, this card is associated with personal fulfillment and a sense of accomplishment. It suggests that you have reached the point where you can take pride in what you've built. There's often an element of solitude or being alone in the card. Not in the sense of loneliness, but having a preference for personal space and tranquility. So that's the perfect segue to my bedroom, the most girly part of the home, and the best part about being single. The bed's all mine. Well, that's actually not true on all accounts. It's not the best part, and it's also shared with my dog and 2 cats. But girly, fact. So I want to show you my hoodie. I got this really cool hood liner. It's really pretty. You got the flowers, and then the back side. So it's got the it's got the more traditional Nine of Pentacles artwork on the back. And it has the keywords and associations with an affirmation. I embody the essence of the Nine of Pentacles. I radiate grace, confidence, and success. And then the material girl. And then the front, we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Wow, I've got a terrible voice, especially right now. I feel like I'm like losing my voice, talking too much. But yeah, so I designed the card, my version of the Nine of Pentacles. Super cute. You can get yours now on my website if you want one. Check it out. So let's go into my bedroom.